Hey, what's up, YouTubers? Back again with another video. Nidus new Warframe, along with weapons, HEMA and the Hyrudu. Very unique Warframe with weapons that work conclusively with the particular frame. Really love this idea. 4 special abilities. I'll start off with the RAVENOUS. The RAVENOUS being like a garden of maggots feasting until they burst with infestation. Your ultimate ability really benefits from mutations, and it allows everything within a certain perimeter to be consumed. Awesome, beautiful. Really like that. The parasitic link basically allows you to link to an ally. If you link to an ally, you and the ally do increased damage. If you're linked to an enemy, then the enemy takes on the damage that you receive. The larva, which is really awesome, it looks like a floating plant that sucks in foes and basically just lashes onto them and keeps them in midair, which is really awesome. Also, VIRULENCE is one of those special abilities that allows you to basically stump the ground and create infestation or fungal to grow up, and it steals energy from the enemy it strikes, which is really cool. And if you get more than one enemy, well, actually 5 enemies, it multiplies in damage. So that's really awesome. Also, well, I want to get right down to the build here. The Hyrudu actually is one of those melee weapons that allows you to benefit with this particular frame. This weapon allows you to, it grants you health on critical strikes, which I think is really awesome. The HEMA is one of those weapons where it's a pro and a con. The pro is if you headshot a particular faction or enemy, it gives you back health. If you don't headshot them, you shoot at them, you lose health. Mind you, the Nidus is one of those frames that has no shields, and so it can be a challenge building. So what I decided to do is use the frame in conjunction with the weapons. And let's start off with the frame first. All right, let's go here. All right, configuration C. This is my channeling build. As you can see, reflection, 96% damage taken is reflected when blocking attacks while channeling. This is my channeling build. I went with a steel fiber, streamline, continuity, intensify, rage, flow, vitality. Now the toxic flight and the steel chart. Once again, this is my melee build. Okay, in conjunction with the melee weapon, I went with shattering impact. Impact from melee attacks reduces enemy armor by +6%. Also condition overload, dispatch overdrive, reflex coil, focus energy, finishing touch, killing blow, and of course pressure point and the stance. Now I didn't put any form into this because if I was going to put it into the stance that I like, and I like the other stance a little bit better, and that stand being the Grim Fury. However, decided not to do that. Just went ahead and went with what I decided to go with on this particular build, and this build works really well for me. This is my channeling build. Now, as for my crit build, the crit build works in conjunction with the frame, and I designed it that way for a purpose. Life strike I definitely stuck in there. Mind you, get critical. On every critical hit, you receive health. On life strike, you receive health. So we need all the health we can get because we don't have a shield on this particular warframe. So I went with a blood rush also, true steel, pressure point, body count, organ shatter, sundering strike, and the rending strike to bring up that slash and puncture up here. Now this weapon here isn't high in critical chance, but 24%, I'll take that, and this works really well. But get a load of that critical multiplier, 5.7, really awesome. So I like this here. Now let's take a look at the warframe itself, and configuration B works in conjunction with the melee configuration B, being that it's geared around a critical build. Why is that? One thing why. Here's one reason why. Piercing step, 6% puncture on bullet jump. Now the melee weapon is a high puncture weapon, so I decided we'll put this in there for that particular reason. And I went with a steel fiber, vitality, equilibrium. This allows me to gain health on energy pickups. As you can see, it's not ranked all the way up, but this is a really good mod. Narrow-minded, I'm not concerned about the power range because I'm going to be in the pocket, as I can say, like a boxer. So 72% power duration, which I'll be using on special abilities, one being his 4th ability and the other being his link. Really need this power duration. Power drift for the extra power, strength, rage. Of course, convert 40% of damage on health to energy. Really need that also. So prime flow, 20% power max. Now, again, let's go ahead and go to the next level of this particular weapon, because I'll be using this particular frame with two different types of style. One for channeling, one for crit. But here's the one that I like also. The primary weapon. The primary weapon in conjunction with the Warframe. As you can see, I put on the rifle amp, continuity, fleeting expertise. I'm not concerned about the duration. I'm concerned about the efficiency on this particular build. The prime flow, steel fiber, vitality, streamline, natural talent. I want that quick flow. I want to be able to stump the ground as quick as possible. I want to get that energy as quick as possible. I want to be able to cast this out quickly. Intensify power strength. As you can know, the power duration is definitely needed. But let's check out the primary weapon, the HEMA. The HEMA, really good weapon. I like this weapon. Only thing I don't like is it takes away from you. 3 different builds. One being for the Infestation. Thermite rounds, inflicted, clip, split chamber, serration, and continuous misery. I want to keep that status duration up as much as possible. I want to let them suffer, because after all, they're infested. Alright, configuration B, being the Bane of the Corpus, using this particular mod here. And I'm not trying to max this out. I didn't throw in a bunch of former on any of these builds, just really basic stuff, and want to get in there and have some fun. And I use this basically one here for the Corpus, as magnetic being the primary and the heat. So once they get that magnetic on them, we use that heat to kind of make them run around a tad bit. So split chamber, stormbringer, cryo rounds, serration, continuous misery, thermite round, and Bane of Corpus. And last but not least, the next primary is for Bane of Grenier, of course, corrosive, split chamber, stormbringer, serration, continuous misery, shred for a little bit of extra fire rate. These are interchangeable. You don't have to necessarily go with this. You can go with a lesser ranked electrical stormbringer and a higher, like a speed trigger for that fire rate, which I really like too. So I kind of move these back and forth here. Okay, let me show you that mod just in case you wonder. Speed trigger here, that's the one I'll use. So I interchange these a lot, or I take down the actual damage for the electric. Well, enough of that said. Well, guys, this is the new Warframe Nidus. These weapons work in conjunction with them. Really awesome idea. The Hirudo, like this weapon. This weapon here, just a fun weapon. I mean, in the frame and the concept is just awesome. So I really like this particular Warframe. I like the idea. I like where they're going with it. They're allowing the weapons to work with the frames, and so that's pretty cool. So with that said, this is Joshua Timing. Always remember, keep God first. See you in the next video on Warframe. I'm out. Peace.